looks like I just woke up. Yeah, a little bit ago. It's okay. It's gonna be hot again today. Not as hot as we thought. It's not really hot. It's just regular hot, like 101. But anyway, got the coffee on the ready. Iced coffee, palm tree. It is, what is it? It's Black Rifle. Is it Blackout? With sugar-free coconut creamer by Coffee Mate and a little cold foam. I think it's a caramel macchiato topper. Welcome to Book Talk. And if you're new, welcome to. I'm Amy. Pleased to meet you. Um, I run on coffee and nonsense. Um, yeah, so I have a short 3-book review. I didn't have very many. I didn't read a lot in May. I just got 3 books. And I have a reading update. Okay. So let's do the reading update and we'll save the good stuff for last. Let's see here. So I'm currently reading a few books, not all at one time. I'm rotating through, but this one, okay. So I am totally a mood reader, as most other book people are, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm so moody that my whole June TBR is not thrown out the window, but it's just temporarily. I picked one up that wasn't even on my TBR because I wanted to read another one by this author, and it's Lucinda Berry's Keep Your Friends Close. And it has a swimming pool, and I thought and it's not that long. That's how far I've got, about halfway through. Picked it up the other night, and I'm like, I want to read this one. So I did. Went off the TBR. Um, But yeah, so this one's going really good. I really enjoy Lucinda Berry's writing. I want to start checking off her backlist. I think she has a new one coming out. I don't know if it's out or if it's coming out, but anyway. So this one's about a mom's night out gone horribly wrong. So this is like rich people drama. And this one I'm reading for Big Book Summer Challenge by Sue Jackson and co-hosted by Melinda at A Web of Stories. And this one is The Crow Trap by Anne Cleves. This has a TV adaptation. It's the Vera series on. I think you can get it on BritBox and maybe Prime. I'm not sure. I'm sh- I'm not sure where else to get it, but you can find it somewhere. But it's the Vera Stanhope detective series, and this is a chunker. That's why it's for Big Book Summer Challenge. I'm about where am I? I am at page 138 of it's 535 pages. But this isn't like a thriller, like fast-paced thriller. This is more I think this is more of like a mystery. It's a crime series, true crime. Like I said, it's Detective Vera Stanhope, and it's for me it's like it's a slow burn. It's more of a mystery instead of that fast, like I said, the fast-paced thriller. So it's the first in the Anne Cleves Vera Stanhope series. This is the first one. I thought I had a couple more of this one in the series. I'm not sure, but Anne has also written the Shetland series, and she has another new series. I can't think of it. It's a male detective. So yeah, so this is basically a murder, like a murder mystery, uh, police procedural. So that is the reading update. And then I did get a book. I put more books on hold at the library. I'm telling you people, I I watch BookTube and people's book hauls or recommendations, and I am a sucker. I will put those recommendations on hold at my library or my Libby app or whatever, or buy them used if I can. But yeah, I got more books on hold at the library, so when I think by the time I have to pick them up, I hopefully I'll have six of them available to pick up. But there's also some books coming out this summer that I'm waiting for. There's two. at least 2, maybe 3 that's coming out. Yeah, there's 3 that's coming out in July. So there's 3 new ones. It's the new Chuck Tingle. It's the new, I think it's the new Ashley Winstead. And then there's another, it's a nonfiction, it's a history one about um the women in the American Revolution. So, mm. So this one I picked up from the library because I'm almost through the backlist of the Jennifer Hillier back books. I have this one and another one before her new one comes out, which is in August, and it's Heart of Glass by Jennifer Hillier. So this is Freak. This is the first one I read was Creep, and this is Freak. So there's a character in the first one that rolls over. Well, actually, there's 2 characters so far in in Creep that rolls over into Freak. And I read a little bit of the beginning in Creep. At the end of Creep, there was chapter 1, I think, of Freak in it, and I read that, and I thought, oh, I got to get that one because I got to start that one soon. So I'm trying to hold myself off till like July to start this, even though this is due at the beginning of July. I think I can renew it, but I really want to start this one. But I'm reading Lucinda Berry that wasn't on the TBR. This wasn't on my June TBR either, but I got it. I have 3 books, and the first one we'll talk about is Long Time Dead by T.M. Payne. It's a British detective series. It's the number 1 in the Sheridan Haller series. There is a body that's found in a graveyard, in a grave that somebody already had been buried in the grave, and now they find another body, a fresh body in this grave that wasn't supposed to be in there with this person that just got buried. So they try to find out who that is. So um they find out it's this guy who they suspected of killing a police officer and severely injuring a citizen. It was like a drive-by shooting, and the police officer, female police officer, was killed, and this other lady was um had brain damage. Sheridan's opening up this looking into this cold case because now this guy is found dead. And the lady the police officer that was killed, she was having an affair with her partner. And so he had been a suspect, but he has supposedly has an alibi. Anyway, it goes through this investigation of who killed this police officer lady. Was the guy that was found dead, did he do it? And who killed him? Because obviously it wasn't a suicide because he can't kill himself and then bury himself in a grave, right? And it was a good series. The first book in the series. I really liked it. So I am funny thing about this my library is yeah, I write notes on my note card. Um I was going to read the second one. I was going to get it from the library. My library doesn't have it on Libby, the Libby app, and it doesn't have the second one at the physical book at the library, or I can't get it through any of the connecting libraries. But I can get the third one. So they have the first one and the third one. I don't have the second one. So I have some of these digital credits like on Amazon. You can get like credits for like if you don't need your package ASAP, they'll say, "Hey, you want to save on whatever packaging or whatever and get it delayed for like a day," and then they'll give you like $1, $2, $3 for a digital credit, so you can get any kind of digital. This is through Amazon, and Kindle and Amazon work together because this. So I bought the second one through the Kindle, um, on Kindle through Amazon. If that makes sense, because I had a digital credit, so I was able to. So basically, I got the book free. I got the second one free. So I read the first one. I got the second one as an ebook, and then the third one I have on hold at the library. It's a good series. I liked it. I like the detective Sheridan Haller. I really liked her. I like the banter between um Sheridan and her one of the other police officers is like her assistant or whatever. Police procedural. There's a murder. There's a cold case, There's a new love interest, and there's secrets, and you will enjoy the ride. That was terrible. So the second one is this is Dead in the Water by John Mars. This is John's new book that just came out this year. I loved it. I really liked it. Oh, I didn't even rate these. Long Time Dead, I would say I didn't even rate them yet. I don't know what I would say. What would my gut would say it would be a 4 star for a Long Time Dead. Yeah, 4 star. I don't know if it was a 5 star. I don't know if it moved fast enough and it had deep dark secrets for me to give it. I think it needs more deep, dark, disturbing secrets for me to give it a 5. But it was a 4. That was really good. I did really love it. I'm continuing with the series. So, Dead in the Water, John Mars, his newest one. I really loved it. This is my second John Mars. The first one I read was You Killed Me First. Oh, I really love that one. So I started off with a banger on that one. I was hearing a lot of good things about John Mars's writing, and so I thought I'd give it a shot, and I did, and I'm loving it. And I loved Dead in the Water. I think I gave that probably a 4 star too, because I didn't write it down. So I'm thinking that was a 4 star by John. Really liked it. I just, go dark, deep, and a lot of twisty turns for me to get a 5 star in there. But this was pretty good. Um, I don't know which one I like better. The last time I lied, that was something else. The You Killed Me First or this one? Obviously, they were both different in certain ways. Um, it was murdery, thrillery, um, twisty. Yeah. So this was good. This one had some twists at the end. I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah, you did that, John. All right, kudos to you. So this one is about can't even for, can't even remember the name of people. I should write that. I should start writing that down. This guy who he it's not a secret. This isn't a spoiler. So he's still good friends with his ex-wife. Anyway, so he can't remember what really happened in his childhood. Like they said his dad had died and his mom died um in a fire, a house fire, and yeah, he doesn't have an accurate memory of what happened to him as a kid and how his mom died and what happened. And so one day, him and his bestie, ex-wife, he had the bestie said, "You know what? Let's go for a swim in the ocean." They live in I don't know where this is. This is somewhere by the water in England. So they're going to go for a swim in the ocean in the daytime, and it was cold out. So it was like a dare, and so we did it. And so they swam out and then something happened and he got stuck and he was drowning, and he seen this when he was drowning. It's not a spoiler. It's in the synopsis. He seen this dead kid, like this kid in the water. And so after that he's become obsessed with finding out what happened to this kid. Like cuz he technically drowned. His ex-wife is a paramedic, so she was able to bring him back to life, but he's now obsessed with finding out what happened to this kid. And then he's like, did I do something? Is this kid haunting me because I did something? And so now he's seeing like it's kind of like that movie with Bruce Willis and that little kid, like I see dead people. Because now he sees this little kid like appears, and obviously nobody else could see the little dead kid but him. And so now he's freaking out. And so he's obsessed with trying to figure out. And so he thinks the only way that he can figure out what happened to him is if he dies again. So it's Dead in the Water. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But this was really good. As it got towards the end and the twists and turns were twisting and turning, I was like, "Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that was really good. I really like this John Mars." It's 4. I would say maybe a 5. I haven't really decided because I didn't write it down. It's a 4 or 5. That's all I'm saying right now. I want to say a 4 definitely, but it could be a 5 if I think about it a little bit longer. But yeah, so far John Mars is 2 for 2 with me. And then the last one I read was Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. I really like this one. I gave this one 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Um, this one had me going. I thought I kind of figured out what was happening, but it was more closer to the end, so I can't say I actually picked who did what at the beginning. It was as we were getting closer, and I had a few clues. Um, but yeah, this is about a woman who, when she was a teenager, her best friend went missing, and nobody knew what happened. And then her boyfriend at the time, later on, became known, was caught and was um, for murder. He was a serial killer. They called him I think it was called the Sweet Bay Strangler. That was it. I don't know. Um, anyway, he turned out to be a serial killer, and so there was 3 of them in high school that were besties. It was, this girl, which I can't remember anybody's names. Shouldn't surprise anybody by now. Her bestie who went missing, and a guy, his name was, amazingly, I can't remember his name, was Kaiser. He ended up being turned out to be a police officer. So he one day comes to the scal's work. Her name is Geo. Oh my God. Geo, and the friend that went missing's name is, I don't know yet. But Geo for is arrested for murder, for having to do with because they find the bestie's bones have now turned up, and so they've confirmed that she died. She was murdered. So this Kaiser guy that used to be one of the besties in the circle is now a police officer, and he comes to Geo's work, murder or associated with the murder of her best friend. And so it opens up that the uh, court is going on. The guy that used to be her boyfriend, that's this murderer, is now being, I don't know if she's a witness to this murder case, she's a witness against him. And it's not a spoiler. She's already, pled guilty to, I forget what it was, not murder, but assisting and then, whatever that's called. I can't think. Um, she already has a jail sentence that she's going to do 5 years in prison for her part in covering up this story, this covering up the murder. And another, I think just before she gets out, another body is found. And this time there's a body with a kid. And so this story is now opening up that there's some new murders, and with these new murders, the police are thinking that these are somehow connected to this Sweet Bay killer, but they don't know how to prove it. And so that's how this story is going. And so you find out about her secrets and what really happened the night her best friend went missing. Oh, excuse me. And the connection from the old killings with these new killings, what the connection is. Um I did guess it before it was revealed. So I was really proud of myself, even though it was near the end. But that's Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. I gave that a 5. I didn't write it down, but it is a 5 because I really like, so far, this Jennifer Hillier is my favorite. Before that, before I read that one, I think The Butcher was the one I liked the most. But I've liked all of them, and I only have two two left to read before of Jennifer Hillier's before the new one comes out in August. And I do have that on hold. I think no, I don't have it on hold yet because the library doesn't even it won't even let me put it on hold. It's not even showing up at the library. I'm sure they'll get it, but anyway. So that's my 3 reads: Long Time Dead, Dead in the Water, and Jar of Hearts. I really liked them all. I think I had a really good, I mean, aside from not reading very much or not wanting to read as much as I usually do. The ones that I read, I really enjoyed, so I would say that's a win in my reading month for May. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you hopefully next week. I don't know when I'm going to do my July TBR because I'm still fine tuning it, but we know how the TBRs get thrown out the window and you just pick up something else that's not even on the list. So who knows? But yeah, I'll be back here with another reading update next week. And maybe, oh no, I don't, well, might be next weekend. I have to pick up my books from there's 2 books I have to pick up by next Thursday. So we'll see. We'll see how many books I get back from the library. That could be 2 or it could be 6. Okay, thanks.